like, Revs, you know what? I have the feeling of going live on Hubs because I love it and I love to meet new people and I love to talk to people. So he said yes. So thank you, Revs, for being here. I know it's late in
Hmm.
Chicago, so I really
It
appreciate
is, but
it.
when your BFF and your business partner want you to, hang out with her on a Friday night, like how can you say no to that? You know, I mean,
Right,
you got to say yes.
right.
So yeah. So how was your day? You said it was a little rough, but it sounded pretty good too. What's the life like in the day of Anna the filmmaker and Anna the um,
Wow.
dancer and
Okay.
Anna the entrepreneur? What's that look
So
like? Everybody wants to know about what that looks like for you, Anna.
okay, so oh my God, I am having like a kind of an interview on my own show. I love it,
I
honestly.
can't help myself. I just what I do.
Hello from Copenhagen. Oh my God,
Hey, Don. Hey,
hello.
Donald. How you doing,
I
buddy?
miss Europe so much. I miss it. Anyway, so how a day with Anna looks like a day of my life. Okay, so Friday today, I woke up at 6 a.m. I worked on some projects that I'm working with my partner, business partner, my another business partner,
Right. She's got many business partners.
Sadie. I just have two,
Right. Sadie and I.
you and Sadie. Yes. Why Michael is asking what
Oh,
happened,
what
Rev?
happened, Rev? Technical difficulties. It happens. Here we are now. So go keep
Um,
going.
Oh, okay. So I woke up at 6. I worked in some projects. Like I finished this music video that I was working on. And then I'm a nanny. So I woke up the kids. I made breakfast. And then I came back to work on my thing. I went to a doctor's appointment to check in on my knee because I had a surgery and I had like a kind of re-injury.
Oh,
But
geez.
everything, it's all good. It's
Mhm.
all good. So I'm happy for that. Then I came back. I had a meeting, Zoom meeting. Then I had lunch with the kids. Then I had another two meetings. Then I have acting class. Then I have a rehearsal for a music video, dance video. And then I'm here. So, yeah.
So tell me about
Look,
this.
just
What?
Donald say, love your voice, Anna. We were just talking about
We were just
voices.
talking about it. Like, there is no sexier a voice than a woman from Spain speaking English, hands down, bar none. That's it. Like, end of
Thank
story, mic
you.
drop. Yeah. And yeah, you got it going on in
Thank you,
spades.
Donald.
So tell me about what's it like? How'd you get started making a music video? How'd that happen?
Okay. So when I met Sadie,
Mhm.
I was like, girl, I have so many ideas on my mind, like projects that I wanna, direct and make happen, like media projects. Um, so we start working on that. She came and told me like, let's do it. So that's how we were start working together. And then because of life, she got this guy that reached out to her and told her like, hey, because she's photographer, she's awesome. So
Mhm.
he reached out to her and told her like, hey, do you also do videography? And then she went like, yes.
Let me buy a
And
camera.
I have a partner. I have a partner that directs.
Nice.
So she called me and she was like, you are directing a music video. And I was like, wait, what? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, of course. Yeah, let's do it. So that's kind of, just having the opportunity and say, like, people normally question themselves, like, oh, I never done that before. Da, 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 da. You know what? I was like, if someone is trusting me to do it, it's because maybe I can do it. So just, I don't lose anything. So that's how I started.
And what was the process like? Did you like doing it?
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that, but it's tough.
Tough.
It's really
It's
tough.
tough. Um,
Yeah.
from my days in video and film school even, um, I learned very quickly that it was much easier to edit, and I'm no guru, but it was much easier for me to edit a 2-hour piece of work than a 30-second commercial because a 3-minute music video, you got to get all those shots in there in 3 minutes. They have to be the exact right, yeah, we're just hanging out, Michael. You have to get the exact right. Anna and I go way back, like 2 or 3 weeks. And now we're working on some business stuff together. She's co-hosting some of my stuff. She's doing all kinds of stuff. That's why you got to come to Haps and become a broadcaster and just have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So you're that 30-second commercial, that 40, that 60-second thing. I mean, those are really tough. You got to pack like 20 shots in 30 seconds, and it's all got to work. Where in a longer movie or whatever, I know it needs to
Yeah.
be good, and I'm not talking about Academy Award winning, but
I
radio
mean,
editing is work. But yeah, so what did you like the most about
there's
editing?
a lot of work, but also because wait, I want to add something what you just
Badges.
said. Um, hey, Lindsay, hi.
Lindsay's like, you know who Lindsay is? Lindsay's like,
She's normally also in your
yeah,
show, right?
Lindsay's like like a co-hosting legend. She's like really good at it, and
Oh, such a
Lindsay and I have
pleasure
been
having
doing
you
stuff
here.
during the middle of the day, and we're starting a series on how to do things at Haps. How to start your first day and all that stuff. I'm the smartass that Rev picks on. LOL. Come up and say hi, Badges, if you want to. Come up and say
Yeah,
hi. Yeah. So anyway, you like what you like about it. I'm
yeah.
actually live in Helen's room.
Oh,
That's hilarious. I love when people do that. I'm going to go over to Helen's room now and give her heck, but I won't tell her you're here. It's good to see you.
I
Um,
love it. So the thing is, like, for example, if you write a book, okay, you have written a book, and you have to do a speech talking about that book.
mhm.
It's not the same if you have 2 seconds to talk about that book than if you have 1 hour. It's much easier if you have 1 hour because but if you
Mhm.
have to talk about
Yeah.
the meaning of the book in 2 minutes, it's like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this, right? So with a video, it's the same:
Right.
commercial, music video, film, because you have to pick the best moments, and always there's more moments, good moments, than timeline, if that makes sense. So you have
Mhm.
to choose in between those, and sometimes it's just like pain in the you know but
how
I love it.
how much how many music videos had you edited before you did this one?
Edit, like,
Or produced,
maybe
directed?
one, honestly,
Yeah.
like music video from a singer, maybe one edit, and this one I directed. I did all the creative part and the edition. But the creative part, honestly, was more like the artist. The artist was really clear in what we wanted and what he wanted. So
Mhm.
I just kind of follow and try to put his message or what he wanted
But
out there.
his vision into reality, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. But he gave me the location, so I was like more attached to something. Like I didn't have the chance to be really creative because I already been told I want this. He was really clear
Mhm.
in what he wanted. What it's good too. But then
Right.
honestly, for me, the best part is being on set and directing and controlling everyone, making sure
Oh,
that
you like
everyone is
that? You
having a
like
great
that?
time. I love
You like
that.
that? Like, "Cut! What are you doing over there? Who?
Yeah.
Hey, freeze."
But I'm super
Right?
because I've
Roll
been
that back.
teaching dance classes since I was
Uh-huh.
15. So I
Uh-huh.
love to lead groups of people and make
I
sure
see.
and create a good vibe, you know?
I see. I see.
I love to make sure
Mhm.
that everyone is having a great time,
Uh-huh.
that
You do it
everyone
with
is
love.
working.
You do it with
Yeah.
love.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm tough. Sometimes
You're tough?
I mean,
No, I believe you're tough. I really do.
like if I say A,
You have never,
you
like,
say A.
gotten tough with me. You haven't gotten tough with me yet,
No.
but I believe you but I actually believe you're tough. You have a very, you have a very good presence, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you have a stage presence that translates out there, and I don't think you can have a stage presence without being able to be that way, you know? You're a
Yeah.
powerful person, and I respect you a lot. It's
Thank
pretty
you.
oh, it's a party, come on over. Most famous person either of you worked with? Well, Michael, that's gonna depend on how you
Mm,
define work.
famous. Oh, work.
Um,
Um,
the most famous, let's see.
mm, mm, mm.
What's up, Birdman? Hey, everybody follow Anna, please. Um,
Yeah, follow me,
uh,
subscribe to me. I do a super
the
interesting show.
hello from Peoria. Hello, Rob. Ebner. Hmm. Okay, so worked with, I mean, I've worked with you too. I've worked with, um, I've worked with tons of people in the music business and quite a few actors and stuff, but nothing big or always ancillary, right? I mean, I worked with you too, meaning like we did sound reinforcement for them and I got within 25 feet of them, you know what I mean? But we worked their concert, right? So that's a level of working with. But it
Yeah.
actually working with, I would say that, I've collaborated on some business stuff with different people over the years, but I would say that Tony Bennett, he was doing a gig in Chicago at, what is the name of that theater? It's Roosevelt. It's one of the only 5 acoustically perfect rooms in the world. So you don't really need much sound amplification to sing in that place. It's crazy. You can be on stage, and if it's empty, you can go all the way back to the back of the house, the back row, and the person on stage can just be like, "What's going
Hmm.
on?" And they can hear you. It's like an acoustically perfect room. It's just beautiful. And probably not totally perfect, but really nice. So anyway, I'm at that time on the operations manager for a sound company. That's how I've worked with all these different acts and stuff over the years. And um, I get a call from one of our engineers. It's like, dude, man, I can't make the Tony Bennett thing. I'm sick. I'm not feeling well. I'm like, freaking sound guys probably just picked up a girl or something, but that's fine. I will. I will. I'm like, I'll find somebody to cover it, and I couldn't find anybody to cover it. And it's literally, if you know anything about sound, it was just a couple of speakers on a stick and an amplifier and maybe an EQ and um, is simple little setup, but I'm not a sound engineer and it's Tony
Yeah.
Bennett, right? Like I'm not a sound engineer and it's Tony
That's
Bennett.
pressure,
So
man.
you want to talk
Are
about
you kidding
pressure.
me?
You want to talk about pressure. He's doing a show. He's asking for, the guy's in his 70s at that point. He's asking for just a little sound reinforcement. And I told my boss, who was a sound engineer, I said, "You're going to put a piece of tape exactly where everything is supposed to line up so that I can just set this and walk away, you know?" And needless to say, show was fine. It was great. And I got to um I got to talk to him for just a couple of minutes and he tried it out, tested it out, and then he said, "All right." He said, "Now let's do one without the sound reinforcement." Yeah, he carried the room, but he was a little worried with a full house that he might not be able to carry the room, so he just had a little bit of sound reinforcement. So I would guess that's the most famous person I ever worked with. I've met way more famous people maybe than Tony, but I don't know what's famous, right? I
Yeah.
mean, in his field, how can you get any more famous? So yeah. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, most of them are pretty nice, and most of them are just people that are have giant overinflated egos because everybody wants to hang out with them, and that life is really interesting to say the least. So, but as I always say, I'd rather have a rich man's problems than a poor man's problems because Why not
100%.
have money and be
Yeah.
miserable? I'd rather be miserable with money and than miserable without money. So
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, like work, I probably have worked with famous people back in Spain like twice because I used to work before moving here for 4 months in a TV show, like TV channel. And we were doing like this primetime show. So I had to work with a couple of famous people. But honestly, like other than that, I've been around famous people at different times and different moments of my life. What
I
happened,
totally
Rex?
forgot. I totally forgot. The most famous person I've ever worked with just hasn't happened yet. Her name is Anna, right here. This is going to be the most famous person I ever worked with, and I'm going to
Honestly,
be able to say I knew her when, and people are going to be like, "Yeah, right." And I'm like, "Let me get her on the phone." Hey, Anna, how you doing? She wait, Anna, Anna, take my call.
uh,
No, I'm going to
hon-
go, Anna.
honestly,
Hey, can we FaceTime? I got some
uh,
people here. I want to get them to invest in something. And if I tell them that I know you, I'm golden. So we'll FaceTime. They're like, oh my God, it is Anna. Holy cow. You know Anna? And I'm like, hell yeah, I do. So yeah, it's going to be you.
we'll get there. We'll get there. 100%. I'm telling you, we'll get there.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I was going to say. I wasn't going to say myself. I
About
wasn't going
you?
to say. No, 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 no.
Oh yeah.
I
Hi, I'm Anna. It's okay. You should be confident.
I
We've talked
I
about
was
this.
going to say I know reps, you know, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like you know what, be just the fact of honestly the fact of being in LA, I've been
Hmm.
around people that is huge, and at the moment
Hmm.
I didn't even know who they were,
Right.
you know, and then I was like, oh, I've been working or collaborating with this person that works for these people or these other people, you know,
Hmm.
um but I think, yeah, that will be it. I have my arm around Jenny McCarthy. Oh my God.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
yeah, I mean, I've been.
Like, okay,
Oh my God,
Michael.
I have something to tell. Oh my God, I don't know if I want to
Uh-oh.
say it in
Are you
public,
sure?
but
Should you
it's
do it? You wanna
um.
whisper it? Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Whisper it right here.
No, but this is crazy. There is this band in Spain, and since I was 13 that I discovered them, I had a crush on one of the members of the band, and I didn't miss since I was 15. I didn't miss a concert. Like I didn't miss a concert. But honestly, I'm not a groupie person. I'm not the kind of person that goes like, "Oh my God."
Right.
Like I don't it's nothing wrong with that, you know, but I'm super like you're a person, I'm a person, you know, when it
Mhm.
comes to have them in front of me, it's like all that famous thing just disappears, you know. It's like
Yep.
you're a person just like me, you know what I mean. I don't like to treat them like they are something above me because I don't think so. They are not above
Mhm.
anyone, you know.
It's
So
weird, like oh, thank you,
oh my God,
Eleanor, for
thank you,
putting that up there.
Eleanor. um
Um,
so um
I wanna ask
just
Michael oh, go ahead,
yeah,
Anna.
yeah. Go. No, no, go.
I wanna ask Michael okay, so you asked us who was the most famous person you ever worked with? So here's what we're gonna do, Michael. Who is the most famous person you've ever kissed?
Okay. Oh my god.
What about you, Anna?
Oh. I don't know if I
Wow.
can.
Holy cow. Sometimes you just knock one out of the park. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So I was telling this, right? I had this
Uh-huh.
crush with this band guy. By then I had my Instagram private,
Uh-huh.
and one day he just started following me. And I was like,
How
what?
can you do that?
Like
Right.
where is this coming from? I'm telling you, I cannot even explain. Like imagine me calling my
Right.
friends like you have no idea who just follow me on Instagram, da, 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 da.
Mhm.
So we kind of start talking, and then one day I went to one of his concerts and I put a story, like I post a story, and he
Mhm.
replied me
Your Instagram story?
like Yeah, he replied
Wow.
me and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm glad that you were here. Are you still in the area?" Da, 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 da. So then we meet up and we have like a thing, talking and that, but nothing like out of. But it was like, oh my God, I'm drinking a beer with my crush for years, right? So yeah, that was interesting. And
Yeah.
then and I
Uh-huh.
had like the most famous person that I've kissed, an NBA player that I'm not gonna say the name.
Wow.
um
Okay.
yeah, that was cool
Okay.
too.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, um,
What about you, Reps?
I nobody really. I just wondered if Michael had, and then all of a sudden we're like, "Whoa!" Anna's just like, pow.
Yeah.
Um, the most famous person I ever kissed eventually became semi-famous, like doing commercials and stuff. Like you could see her on TV, but at the time we were just teenagers, so it didn't count.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that was wow.
But
That was
it
fun.
counts.
That was
Hmm.
fun. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
Well.
you know what? This NBA player, when
Mhm.
I when I had like we had like a month thing, we were just like this casual thing that you date for maybe 3 times. We went to drink coffee, whatever. He was
Right.
then working for like playing in a team, and right after that, he signed up for the NBA.
Oh, gotcha.
But he was famous already by then. I don't know. But I honestly, I don't. Honestly, I care about that person. I don't care about who you are or how famous you are. That doesn't say absolutely nothing to me.
I, you
Like,
know, I'm going to say that I have been really fortunate to meet a lot of people over the course of my life, and I will have to ask my famous guest this week
hey,
for a kiss. Hey, there you go. Wow. Unfortunately,
Eleanor, have you kissed
unfortunately, my
Pink?
famous guest is a talking horse. No. Hold on. Okay. Um, Anna's just. Did you freeze, Anna? Or are you
No.
just in shock?
I'm like, wait, Eleanor, is that true? Eleanor, talk.
Pink.
It is. Well, she
What?
kissed
Oh
me.
my
It wasn't
gosh.
like making out.
Really?
No, yeah. She just
Just a quick kiss?
yeah, I
How
forget
does
what I
that
said, and then
happen?
she just grabbed my face and kissed me. it was
Girl,
Oh.
it
that's
wasn't like
super dope.
yeah, I just said something probably smart ass. I don't really know. I don't really even remember. But yeah,
Wow.
she grabbed my face and kissed me right on the lips. So it's
Wow.
kind of like,
Yeah.
wow, well,
I
hey,
mean, like,
um, you can't do that to me.
do you, Eleanor, like, do you happen to know
So
Shakira
cool.
maybe?
I don't.
No?
No.
Damn. 'Cause Shakira was gonna be my most famous kiss if I ever got her on my show, and I'd be like, you know,
I mean, I know of
I
her.
mean,
I just don't know
could
her.
I? Like, no, I wouldn't do that. But if anybody knows Shakira, Anna and I would love to interview her. So, just so you know.
Yeah,
Um, we would do it together. It would be so fun.
that would be
Okay,
super
wow,
fun.
famous people kissed. If you're watching this on the replay, put it in the comments. We could see maybe somebody
Yeah,
kissed, somebody really famous. Maybe somebody's kissing somebody really famous right now.
right
Wow.
now.
FaceTime with us.
Mm-hmm.
Let us see what's
Yeah.
going on.
Oh my God, this remind me. Okay, I'm so bad with faces, like really bad with faces, like recognizing faces. So I have my singers that I love, but then if I see them in person, it's gonna take me a while to say like, oh, is this person? It's just like it's so hard for me. So
Mhm,
I was in the only club that I've been in LA before
mhm.
COVID. So I was in this club and this guy approached to me and telling me like, "Hey, I would love to invite you a drink." And I was like, "Oof, no. I just don't. I'm not that. I just don't like. I don't know." I was like, "Oof, no. Thank you. I'm
Mhm.
fine. Like I'm
Wow.
having
I
fun
was
with
like,
my
just
friends.
oof, no,
I
you're
love
gone.
that. Da 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 da." So then,
Uh-huh.
when I turned around and went with my friends were like, "What?" And I was like, "What?" And it's like a huge famous rapper, like a
Really?
huge, huge. And they were like,
Like,
didn't you see the bodyguards? Like, like there, like he was, and I was like, I didn't like him, so I don't
What
care
did it
who is
matter,
him.
right? I
Yeah.
mean,
But
I think
but then I was
I
like, oh, it was that person that I'm listening his music almost every day, and I didn't even recognize him.
well, I think yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. In almost any relationship I've had, be it for a day or 17 years, um, um, I felt something. You know, it wasn't, like, oh, wow, Revolution, you're really hot. That was never really the case, but you know what I mean? But to them, I was really hot but they didn't feel anything. I mean, I guess I've definitely had those, kind of one night stand things or whatever, where it's just all about our bodies. But um, the most part, you feel something. And so I'm right there with you. Like, if the guy, I
Hmm.
mean, you know,
Again, yeah.
if he didn't, make your whatever, then yeah, what are you going to do going out with him? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. I got to like
Exactly.
you.
Hmm.
Hey, that actually, wow. Hey, like, no, I didn't have this planned. No, I really didn't. But that makes me think about this. Kind of be interesting because dating in COVID, we know that's totally changed, but I can't say that the sense of connectivity is any less when it's all on
Hmm.
video or images or FaceTiming or texting. And I think, in fact, because of the nature of those mediums and the way that my brain works, I can tend to get closer to people this way than I would, like in real life. Like, let's say in real life, and I mean, you know, it takes 3 dates, before you have your first kiss or something, right? I mean, nice if you can work into something slow, but
Hmm.
some of us maybe have had an experience where you meet somebody, they're cutting your hair, and then like half an hour later, they're closing the shop, and a half an hour after that, you're into it. So,
Yeah.
um, you meet those kind of people too, but so say it takes 3 or 4 days to get your kiss or, I like this person, but you liked him from the start, but, maybe
Yeah.
I'll kiss them and that'll, signal that maybe we should, get to know each other a little more. But I'm telling you, online, you meet somebody, people are just like, they're
I
just
think,
they're getting close. They're getting close to each other really
yeah.
fast.
Yeah, I think the fact of COVID has changed, like because like we human, like we just get used to whatever the circumstances are.
Mhm.
Like for example, if 3 years ago you say to the people like there's gonna be a world pandemic, like worldwide, we are gonna be in lockdown, but people will be say like, there's no way that a country can handle that, like da 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 da.
Right.
In my country, in Spain, they went like 30 days or more than 30 days lockdown, or 40 days, I think. Lockdown, that means that you could also go out for groceries, just one
Groceries, yeah.
person. And if you weren't going for groceries, you got a ticket. Like you got a ticket. You have to prove that you were going for groceries. So I think we just get used to it, and we just change the way that we see things or feel things, like the way that like, for example, before COVID, I used to, when I was meeting someone, I used to do like, okay, FaceTime. If I haven't met
Right.
you in person,
Make sure they
FaceTime, and right
yeah,
after FaceTime, coffee.
right.
Because I want to make sure if there's a vibe, because if not, why
If
are
there's
we
no
gonna
vibe. But you
lose
know what's
our time,
funny?
you know?
What's funny about that? The um the vibe thing, like I got to say that so there was a time when I mean again, I just gave you the example. It's been happening for tens of thousands of years of how you don't take time. And those don't necessarily last either. I don't know, how many people sleep within the first 30 minutes of knowing each other and are still together. I'm sure it happens, but but with dating now, you want to go have coffee and you want to catch the vibe. And I wonder if there are some people, not all people, but I wonder if there are some people that maybe the vibe isn't present until the third coffee. Like, are we discounting people too quickly? Are we depending on
Mm,
a physical or a hormonal or
mhm.
attraction to determine whether we want to spend the rest of our life together? Because there's some people that are, the woman's got to be a certain way, the man's got to be a certain physical type, whatever. And, there are other people that's like, I don't really care what they look like as long as I care about them. And the whole spectrum is there. But I just
Mhm.
wonder if this kind of coffee thing, it's like, ah, and it's probably right
Um,
most of the time, but sometimes it
I
just
mean,
feels like maybe you should slow it down a little bit and go out a couple times. But life moves fast now too. So I just wonder,
before
because it
saying
wasn't
no,
always like
yeah.
that. What? No, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, Rob say thanks for sharing you too. Thank you. Thank you for being
Oh yeah.
here and listening. Um, honestly, it's kind of hard. I know what you mean. Like I feel your point, but it depends because there's sometimes that you have a connection right away
Mhm.
that you say like, wow. And then after 3 days,
It's
you
gone.
just realize that no, there
Mhm.
wasn't that connection. Like there wasn't. Then there's people that you met and you're like, I don't know this, but because of life, you give it another shot, and then it becomes something like, wow, I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to honestly to like this person, and
Mhm.
suddenly I just discovered a wonderful person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Right.
and there's sometimes that you just connect with someone and just connect, and there's no way back.
Right.
You just connect with that person, and right. But I also think like you're right. Like we go fast, and also because of
Mhm.
the dating apps, it's too easy to connect with many different people. So it's like coffee or FaceTime. I don't like you. Next one. Coffee or FaceTime. I don't like you. Next one. So I think most of the people is doing that. What I don't feel that it's anything wrong with that. But since we have so many options, we don't give second chances to someone that we maybe don't like that much. Thank you, Eleanor.
Hey, Eleanor.
I
uh,
I don't feel that we give that chance to really get to know that person. Like we cannot pretend to
Right.
know someone that we never seen before in 30 minutes.
Well, yeah, because I think, I mean, it is interesting because, like, our friendship, um, it just keeps growing and getting better and better every day, right? We keep knowing more about each other, and we keep coming up with ideas, and just enjoying ourselves, and coming up with these business ideas and all this stuff. And so we've gone from being total strangers to people that are vested in each other's lives in a very quick period of time. And so, definitely to me, that feels like that could happen with love too, right? I mean, so I'm just saying that to people. I'm just putting it out there. But I mean,
Yeah.
have you ever been in love?
Me?
Yeah.
Um, I don't think so.
Ah, cool.
I thought I was
Uh-huh.
in the moment. Okay, I have had two relationships. I'm like honestly, I haven't been that kind of person like has been like in many relationships. Like no, I
Uh-huh.
just know I'm not that type. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that at all. Like I'm just more. You see me so outgoing, but at the same time, when
Mhm.
it's about men, it's like I'm so picky. Like there's so like I don't know how to
Me too.
explain. It's just
Me
like
too.
I'm so independent, and so you have to be so in my vibe,
Mhm.
and you have to have a vibe that I want to be with, you
Mhm.
know. But it's just like the first relationship that I had, I was young, like I was 18, and we were just best friends, and we just kind of misunderstood.
Mhm.
So, but we last 2 years, you know. I love him so much now. Like he's one of
Yeah.
my best friends. He's a really good friend of mine. Like I had a good relationship with him. But after 2 years, we were like, you know what? We are friends. And 1 year after that, like no, 1 year, no, 3 years after that,
Mhm.
I was actually here. He texted me, like huge text, telling me, "I'm sorry because I didn't know how to love you. I
Mhm.
was young. I didn't know what love was." Bada, bada, bada. And I was like, man, you're fine. I didn't know how. You know why? Because I didn't love myself.
Very,
How am
very
I
good.
gonna love anyone if I don't know how I
Mhm.
want
Amen to
anyone to
that.
love me?
Yeah, you
So,
can't. Not possible.
so after that, I had a second relationship, and I love him. I loved him so much, honestly. Like he's a great and wonderful person. But at some point, we weren't on the same level. Like I had my goal of moving to LA and these goals and da 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 da, and he was in another spectrum. What it's completely fine. I don't have, but it was just like no match. So because I think that in this life, friends and lovers and everyone that pass by in your life has
Mhm.
a meaning, has a reason, and sometimes they last 2 years in your life because that's what they have to be in your life, and
Mhm.
sometimes they last forever. And so what I got from this relationship, he he showed me how is to be loved.
That's nice.
He showed me what is to be in a relationship that someone really cares about you.
That's very
So
nice.
I learned that from that. But again, I didn't fully love myself there. Now, um wait, okay, okay, thank you,
That's my
Eleanor.
Facebook, Eleanor. It's fine. Hold on.
Um, no, so what I was saying, like now, before, because of my experience in LA and spending that much time along with COVID and everything, I finally found what is true love for oneself, and I'm in love with myself.
Oh,
Well, I'm
nice.
falling in love with myself. I'm still working on that, but because I think that it's day a day. So it's like now I know how I want someone to treat me. And now I know how I want someone to love me because now I know my worth.
That's good.
So it's like I've never been in love before, but I know that now I can be in love with someone because I'm in love with myself, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense when I was homeless, one of my closest friends today, who's nonprofit, I've been working with her for years from the beginning. Um, she's a psychologist, and I mean, I was homeless, and I was having a lot of issues, depression, and all those things. And we talked about this on your show the other day. But I didn't love myself at all, and I was definitely bouncing in and out of some relationships and looking to, you know, I mean, I think I said this on the show. Like, when I was homeless, I just kept dating. I mean, that's just me. And and I was bouncing in and out of some. Oh, I mean, an insane relationship story from when I was
Yeah.
homeless, but that's for you. We'll have that one. That's not for public. Oh, Michael, where are you? Most famous person I ever kissed? Yeah, there you go. I didn't even think about it that way. Anyway, yeah, the so not loving yourself is huge. It's huge because if you don't love yourself, whatever that means, like when people would say, revolution, you don't, like she would say, you got to love yourself. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I've never loved myself, right? I'm about pleasing other people. I'm about making other people happy.
So
I'm about
imagine
Mhm.
if you get to know yourself, because sorry that cut you off, but I just want to say,
Oh,
like,
it's okay.
um if your happiness goes within helping other people, or being in contact with other people and all of that, imagine if you get to the point to know how to do that for yourself at the same time that you're doing it for other people. That feeling of happiness and I'm saying this, and I know that it's not easy. Like, people has really tough experiences in their lives that don't allow them to, um being like in love. I know that it's a really hard process, and I feel blessed. Honestly, I feel
Mhm.
blessed to be in this point, in this mindset, because I know it's really hard to reach that, but I also think that it's really important. And I think, like, if you work on that, there's books, there's therapy, um there's many ways that you can learn how to do that. Man, if you are the wonderful person that you're now, if you were aware of who you are, that would
Uh-huh.
be just explosive. I'm telling you.
It is. I get it. It makes a huge difference caring about yourself in so many things. And one of the things, Dominica, Dr. McBride, actually, my friend, um, one of the things she helped me discover was that I did love myself, in fact, but I didn't know how to see it. I couldn't recognize
Yes.
that I love myself. And so that's what I had to learn to do is I just had to learn, just one little step at a time, that love is in there. I don't think unless you're a sociopath or something, I mean, I think you have to kind of love yourself. So you got to be able to, but you got to be able to see it.
Yeah,
So that,
somehow, like some way or another, you kind of.
right.
Yep.
Hang on one. Um, I'm going to, I got a lead on a, this is terrible, but I got a lead on a really good possible person for the show here. So tell us, Anna, about, um, tell us about Hostess Twinkies, our new sponsor. No, I'm just kidding. If anybody wants to sponsor us, uh, slide into my DMs on Twitter. I'm not kidding. If you have a national product or service that you would like to get out there to a very much untapped, nobody else is, this, we're in beta right now. Nobody else has access to this group of people that are on this platform, and you will be getting, like direct advertising, to a decent amount of people. So DM me, and seriously, you'll laugh at how inexpensive it is, but you'll see how powerful it is. So hit me up,
Yep.
because this is an amazing opportunity. If you want to get in on the ground floor as a sponsor, and all right, you know, I mean, you're going to pay more as we grow, but I'll definitely make it, worth your while if you sign up early. All right, enough business, but I do want to make a quit. I just can't do two things at once. So I'm going to let
Take a
Anna
break.
speak because, I'll just breathe. I'll rest. I'll
Okay.
relax.
Let me check. Eleanor, are you there? Look at her. Oh my God. I love you so much, girl. Yeah, I'm so happy to have you here and to have met you. Um, so, Eleanor, can I ask you, have you been in love? You're mute. Wait, now.
Ah, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
now.
Yeah, I have been in love.
Cool.
Uh,
Love, exciting and new.
You know what?
Come
I'm
aboard.
excited. When do you know that you're in love?
um,
How you know that?
I knew I was in love when I found a person that I wanted to do better for me for her.
Yes.
Um, I I was willing to work on it. That's when I knew I was in love. I was willing to work on it. Because
Wow.
I think love and relationships take a lot of work. It's not romance, and I mean it starts out that way. It doesn't end that way. It doesn't like go on that way. Unless I think you're intentionally reminding yourself that you have to work on it. It's work. It's daily work.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I up to that point, I hadn't found anyone that I wanted to do that with. I mean, I liked him. You know, I think I lusted after a lot of people, but
yeah.
it wasn't love. Um,
Yeah, like that's so after my relationships, after a while, like after all the process of, moving to LA by myself and experiencing all this and just falling in love with myself, however you want to call it or name it. Then I realized that I wasn't at all in love with these people, but I love them so much, right?
but
Uh,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
love them. I've loved them as a point until a point. Like, for example, when I moved here, I was in a relationship,
yeah,
but there's no way that I'm gonna give up my future of my goal for a relationship. You
yeah,
know, if I have to give up something for a relationship, that means that that relationship is not for me,
yeah, yeah,
right? So I was so like, I'm going. This is my goal. Blah 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 blah. So whoever wanna be part of my life has to come with me. You know what I mean? Like, and also, I need someone that has to have a purpose in life, has to have ambition, and has
their
to
own
have a
drive.
goal. Yes,
Yeah,
because I have so many goals and so many dreams, so if someone else, it's the person that it's by my side has dreams as well, we are going to be on the same level of, we are going to understand each other so much. Like, hey babe, I cannot go to this dinner because I have this, da 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 da
right,
da. That person is going to understand you because it's part of your life and it's part of your dream as they have one.
right.
um but I just want to feel what is love. Wait. Hey, appearance. Hello, thank you for being here. How long have you been alone? Um, it's gonna be almost 2 years in July. It's gonna be, yeah, but honestly, the end of my last relationship, I was preparing to move here, you know. So I was kind of, with my mindset was changed. Like,
And
I'm like, I'm not here anymore. I was already in LA. So, and honestly, I moved here and I wanted to try the relationship. I wanted to try because I loved him, you know, and I
right,
wanted to try. But then once I moved here, I was like, there's no point of, I just gave up all my life, entire life back in Spain. I moved to another country to pursue my dreams and my goals. Why am I gonna, like, I'm 22. Why am I gonna like stand with a relationship in long distance for what? Like, I knew that he wasn't for me, you
right.
know. Uh, oi. What? What are you telling me? Don't tell me that. I feel your pain. Be honest, my tea. Well, my pain is probably because I've had really hard experiences with guys in my this past half of year. So probably that's my pain.
Yeah,
Probably I don't trust men and I don't trust anyone touching me. Probably that's my trauma. So yeah. And you have a perfect makeup. Thank you so much.
yeah, and that's that. I had to work through that too. I mean, you have so much you have to work through to
Yeah.
really even get to a point to being like I kind of set off screen. You have to reach that point that you love yourself and you know yourself, because we all through life,
Hmm.
even to our friends, to everyone in our life, we teach people how to love us, how we need to be loved,
Exactly.
because each person needs to be loved in a different way. Um, their life has developed these things that they need extra attention to, or they need less attention in other areas. Like, and when we find a person that it's love, you have to both express those things so you can be there, really love each other those ways. Because if you don't, it's never going to work out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You know what? Um, I did this speech before, like earlier, about self love, and I found my self love, and I stand that. But at the same time, I'm still working on that, and I still have to work on, um, when I'm with a man, trusting that what he's showing me or what he's telling me is real.
Right.
Because I'm in that point that I don't think that anything is real,
Right.
and it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because I know that it's real, but at the same time, there's something within me that says like, I don't wanna. I don't know. I
Has
don't
it been
know.
stuff from your past that has dictated this feeling because maybe things were not real or something? Like, have you dealt with a lot of fake people that have ended up like actually, I mean, I don't know, hurting you? Because I know I've dealt with. I mean, people are very fake and like I don't know. They can. I don't know. I don't know if you're. I'm really empathetic towards people, and I feel like I will give my heart and soul to people trying to like be there, and then you discover that they're just not who they let on to be. You're like, man,
Yeah.
I could have put in this energy to someone that really needs it, like really needs a person like me right now. Like, in you just
Hmm.
sapped up that energy, and it's you're a horrible person, man. I don't know. There are just a lot of
But
people out there like that.
that's the thing, that I haven't had experiences, that many experiences in my life. Like, again, I haven't been with many men, honestly.
I
Like,
just
I've
mean,
just had
and I just mean
two
anyone,
relationships, and and but you know, again, my experience in LA woke me up in many different ways, with friendships, with love relationships, whatever. So it's just like, it's not that I've been hurt many times. Honestly, I've never been in a heartbreak.
no,
I've never felt that before. Like, I haven't done like feel that yet. But I've seen, again, I'm a person that observes and learns from, also from other people's experiences. So I've seen so much around me.
right,
Plus, like a few things that had happened to me, that is just like, um, I don't believe in anyone. I don't trust anyone. It's just,
right.
so it's really hard. I don't know how to word that. Wait. Who is our parents? Who are you? Thank you for your compliments. But I don't know, what pain are you talking about? Please tell me. Like, honestly, tell me. I don't know what you're talking about. I would love to know it. I'm open to know that. You're playing with your hair. That I'm always real. I have the highest hopes for you, Contessa. Thank you. Thank you so much, because I have them too. I'm honestly, I feel that I'm ready to be loved.
Right.
But at the same time, everything happens for a reason. Timing is, I just feel that it will happen whenever it has to happen, and whenever I'm ready, you know?
Right. Yeah, just
So.
go out there and you know